Now, we'll move on to the resolution to exclude the public because we'll have the afternoon session after lunch. And I know that there was an item that people wanted to deal with separately. So I am going to get our legal person to speak as to why. And is the easiest way that we just deal with that as a separate vote? Yep. Okay, so so the which is the, oh yes, it's the 5 to 6. Okay, so that's so shall I do that one first?
You do it first.
Yeah, do that one first. Okay, so the overall resolution. So I'll move the overall resolution, and the question is that what is it? What is the item? Sorry, item number
48.
48 be dealt with, and item 48 will be dealt with separately, which is adopting pages 5 to 6 of the supplementary agenda, right? Okay. So do I have a seconder for the resolution? Andrew. And what's the easiest way to do this? Is it? Yeah.
I think it'd be useful to perhaps hear from Ian as to clarify the explanation. It seems pretty clear to me, but.
Well, I'll hand over to Mike because he's the one that wanted to raise it.
Yeah, I can quickly speak and then hear from Ian. I just can't vote for item 48, which is the Central City reduced fee parking, and I won't go into too much detail, but you know, previously all the reports to council around this have been in the public domain, and in my opinion, which is probably going to differ to Ian's, the redacting of some sensitive information in this report, I think, would actually allow it to remain in the public domain, so I'll be voting against it.
Okay. Yanni.
Thank you. I'll also be voting against the full report being put in public excluded. I think if there are sensitive things, then it would be more than appropriate that we do go into PX to have the sensitive things discussed. But the majority, I can't see why it needs to be put in PX, and so I won't be supporting it either.
Okay, and Pauline?
The whole rationale, which runs right through the whole report, is sensitive information, so I'll be voting to retain it in PX.
And Ian, would you like to just give a quick...
Okay, just in respect of item 48, depending on the decisions that you're going to make, the council will be entering into commercial agreements with other parties, and these have yet to be negotiated. Some of the advice, a good part of the advice to be provided to you is legally privileged, and it has been provided to staff on an undertaking a condition of confidentiality. Making that information available now would likely prejudice and disadvantage the council in terms of its commercial activities and the negotiations that are yet to come. And I would strongly urge you to vote to keep that information PX. In terms of redaction, a lot of this advice is throughout the report. It would be difficult to do that before you decided the issue. There may be opportunities subsequently for a public release or release of some of that information, but certainly at this point the matter should be dealt with in confidence.
Right. Dion and Sarah.
Yeah, I'll be supporting to keep it in PX. You know, I hate keeping things in PX if we don't have to, but this one we are trying to do something good for the Central City, and I don't want to ruin that opportunity.
Yeah, but it's I have to accept that this is a debate, and so I mean, whispering in my ear doesn't really help. Sarah?
Every year in our annual and long-term plans, we pass resolutions which then lead us into negotiations for contracts for various things that we have decided to do as a council. So we, make a decision to put some specified amount of money on budget, and that then leads to a tendering process or to commercial arrangements with people to provide services or to provide project management or any of those things. And I can't see that the content of this is any different, and so I'll be voting against it going to PX.
Jimmy and then Andrew.
Okay. But may I ask you questions?
No, we're debating.
Debate, yeah. Because I'm concerned, that
but you're really clear that we can't talk about the content of the paper.
Yeah. Okay, I go with the legal advice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ian, for that advice. I mean, I originally approached this from the point of view that I would like to bring it out of public excluded and debate it in the public arena, but really that's overridden by the need for good debate based on full information. Having debate which is stifled because it's in public, when there are matters that are not for public debate that we probably need to be talking about, and also having a report where there are redactions of some of the information that we need to be relying on as we have that debate. That, in my view, is not good practice and doesn't lead to good decision making. So much as I would like to see as much of our business as possible done in the public arena, in this case I don't believe that it is possible, and my guidance on that certainly comes from the legal advice, but also comes from a need that we have a responsibility for good decision making, and we exercise that as well as we possibly can.
In a redacted form when we debate the actual paper and make an actual decision. So I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. No. So that's Mike, Sarah and Yanni. All right.